Today we're here to remember Harry. Welcome to the celebration of life of Harry L. Gunsmoke and cookies. Those are the two words that I can best describe Harry. Today we're here to remember Harry. For those of you who don't know me, I was Harry's caretaker for the last few months of his life. I'm Amanda, and I cared for Harry since June. He was an incredible man. I got to know so many things about him, and I just would like to share a little bit about him with you guys that you probably already know, but I feel like it's important that I share it as well. We are gathered here to celebrate a life of a man that touched all of our lives in one way or the other. As we all know, Harry loved his guns. Him and I sat and talked about guns quite often, and we talked about the different guns that he owned. He was always talking about how he needed to go clean those guns. And there were so many guns that I can't even remember one that he told me about because there were so many guns that he did have. I remember when he was moving into his daughter's house and his grandsons came in with big gun cases. They were huge and they were full of guns and they were super heavy. This man loved his guns. And let's talk about hunting a little bit. I got to hear many stories about hunting, but they always came back to the same one. His son Scott helped him climb up the tree blind, sit up in that blind all day long, and Harry finally decided enough's enough. We're going to go home. So Scott came over. He was going to help him get out of the tree blind, and lo and behold, if a deer didn't walk out. Harry got to shoot his first buck. He's told that story to me several times, and the smile on his face was priceless. Now I'd like to move to my next point with Harry. If I could ask you all one question, what comes to mind when you think of Harry? Well, to me, there's not one word that can describe him. Here are a few things that come to mind when I think of Harry and his personality. He was soft-spoken but truthful. He was caring, strong, humorous, and very thankful for his family. Loved his wife, and he loved his dog. The main one I love the most is the storyteller in him. We could sit and talk all day about absolutely nothing, but there was always something to talk about with Harry. I'm hopeful that there's a few words that I just mentioned that you can relate to when you think of Harry. Harry, you were the light of so many of our lives, and words cannot express the grief and sadness we all feel with you gone. Things will not be the same without you telling someone on the TV what an idiot they were or are for not making the right choices in Gunsmoke or Little House on the Prairie. Just depended on what we were watching. It's hard to believe that I'll no longer get to sit on the couch beside you and listen to you while you laid in bed and listen to the funny comments you had to say while we watched your favorite shows like Ponderosa, Little House on the Prairie, or Gunsmoke. I would just like to mention a little bit about his daughter Lori and what a wonderful daughter she was. She took a big task bringing Harry home to care for him while she tried to run two businesses. I'm sure she had plenty of days when she asked herself, what the heck is she doing? But boy, did she do the right thing. She sure did make her dad happy. And made sure he was comfortable in the last months of his life. I hope today that I have reminded you of a wonderful man who impacted my life so much in less than a year's time. I can't imagine the love and joy that he has brought to those of you who have been there for much longer than I have been. The time that I got to spend with Harry, I'll forever cherish and never forget the last ornery smirk I got from him. I'm forever thankful for the last hours I did get to spend with you and to let you know how much you mean to me. So, my friends and family of Harry, we're all here to show this man our love and respect. If Harry was here, I'm sure he wouldn't want us to remember him with tears. But remember all the laughter that we shared with him throughout his years. He's content and no longer suffering, and had a life that was worthwhile and always made someone smile. This is not goodbye, my friend. This is I'll see you later. So next time you have a red beer, add salt, because there's no better way than Harry's way.